this world is about friendship, and it's about love, and it's about caring, and it's about doing things for other people, not just doing things for ourselves. And that's why we're here today. This Dream Court represents, as we call, to me, it's a communiversity. And we're bringing people together. We're bringing community, we're bringing city council, we're bringing our mayor, we're bringing law enforcement, firefighters, everybody who has a hand in touching somebody's life. We have to be able to stand strong and to stand for our children. If we can't give them good values, good vision, and opportunity, then we have failed. We have failed as a community, and we have failed as people. Because there were people when I was growing up, like I didn't have the Boys and Girls Clubs, Lorraine and Robbie. I didn't have that when I was growing up in New York City. And over time, I have seen what you've been able to do. Our relationship is strong, our bond is strong, our vision is strong, and we are connected. We are connected by the truth of what we want to do. We want to be the givers. We don't want to be the takers. We want to be able to give. We actually want you to have a better life than we had. We want you to have more education, more opportunities. We want you to feel proud about yourself. We want you to have great confidence in a belief system that you can be whatever you want. Because a lot of us were told this is what we can't do. Nisi, where are you, Nisi? Where are you, girl? We were told what we can't do. She was a woman of color. She was told she can't do certain things. I was a poor kid from New York with no father, no food, no heat, no electricity. I was trapped in my hood and told this is what girls do, this is what girls don't do. Well, the good news is I'm a disruptor. You can't tell me what to do. Everything I do, I pray on. I am not afraid. I respect everybody. I fear nobody. I was that kid. I felt hopeless and helpless growing up. I didn't know if I was going to kill you, and I didn't know if I was going to kill me. I don't know what mental health was in the 60s and 70s, but you know the deal. You fight through everything, right? It's like being an athlete. You get hurt, you get up. Sometimes athletes today, it's different. Because society is different. And I don't actually like the word soft because I don't think that's fair to today's, young people. It's just different, and we all have to learn to work together, right? We write letters, they deal in 280, clicks on the phone, or 30-second, snap, or, Instagram, IG. Any of you know what IG? Any of you know what the gram is? Do not lie to me. Your children. But that's the way it is. I mean, today's kids, they deal in emojis. That's how they emote. That's how they talk. There's nothing wrong with that. They are teaching us to be minimalist. We will teach us our wisdom of what our belief system is. But we all have to work together, respect each other, take the good from each other. And before I make any more comments, let me just thank a couple people. First, Dave, Barbie, thank you. Thank you for what you've done for us. You've been a great sport court, a great partner. Every one of these 132 courts, sport court has done with us, for us, and you guys are superheroes. You never say no. Rain, you're like, postal workers. Rain, sleet, bad weather, you just do it. I don't know how, but thank you for always making us first on your list. And God bless you always for doing that and working with Tracy. And so thank you. Nick, police chief. When I was growing up in New York, the officers were our friends. They were our heroes. If I had a problem, and I had a lot of problems when I was little in New York, I'd always find a police officer to help me through my day. I was celebrated, not tolerated, by police officers, and there was always this understanding, and I really appreciated. So for all law enforcement, right over, where are you? Right there. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for protecting our communities. Same Fear is a great motivator, okay? For the town of Southern Pines, Greg, Mary Clement, Jessica, Graham, thank you guys and gals, the mayor, everybody, for accepting this court, believing in Lorraine Orr, in myself, in Robbie, on what this day was going to look like, because you know you had to close your eyes and have that vision. We've seen it hundreds of times, but this is very personal to this community, and we're here. It's a thing, all right? And this is going to be here long after a lot of us are not here. This is going to be out here, right, Dave, for 40 plus years, as long as you take care of your court, right? This is your court now. This is not my court. It's not the Boys and Girls Club court. It's not Robbie's court, even though his name's on it. Make sure that thing's clean. This is your court, so you have to protect your house. You can't let people write on it, spray paint on it, mess it up. Is that fair? Okay, if you want to ball out here, then this is your court. And for everybody with the Boys and Girls Clubs, thank you. Thank you for being out here with us today. We can't do it without you. These are important moments in our lives, and we'll, you know, like Robbie, everybody gets up here and talks about like a person or a moment or something that's happened in their lives, and we're gonna look, these kids are gonna look back and say, you know, when I came here at this time, they're gonna pass this on to the future and to the next generation, and it's gonna be really important, because all we have is all we have, and this thing called life is flying by us really fast. So with that said, let me just tell you why I'm really here. I'm really here today because of a man that I fell in love with when I was 10 years old, when I was hopeless and helpless and didn't know what was going to happen to me in my life. Little redheaded, yeah, I'm redheaded. Stop. Jewish kid, little girl from Far Rockaway, New York. I fell in love with this man that I saw on TV at 10. His name was Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali became my hero. I creeped on everything I could do at that point. The library, watching him on Wild World of Sports, seeing how he talked, how he acted, the things that he thought and believed in. I decided that I had to stop getting in fist fights, that I had to stop getting in trouble because my feelings were always hurt. You know, my backpack was a brown paper trash bag. My book, my pen holder was a brown paper sandwich, bag. People were always making fun of me, and I didn't have conflict resolution, so I was always getting in fist fights. And after I saw Ali, I was like, no, I'm gonna make something of myself. I love my mother, but I don't want to be my mother. My mother sat in that house in Far Rockaway waiting for my father to send the alimony check, which never came. I watched our lights go out. I watched these things unfold, and I was like, if God just helps me. I didn't even know who God was at that time, honestly, but if somebody helps me, I will help other people. I believe that women were one husband away from poverty. If your man left, you had struggles, and I did not want to struggle. And I decided that I would make me and I would break me. I don't know why I believed in that in the 70s, but sports built this character. It's all the things that Nick said. It built character, it built confidence, it built my self-esteem. There's how you view you, there's how others view you, and then there's the synthesis of who you really are. I really wasn't sure who I was, but sports changed that. I make the Olympic team in 1976. I'm in high school. Miracles do happen. I'm the youngest Olympic basketball player ever, and we won the silver medal. I was a high school senior. They said, young people don't make the Olympic team. Well, that's what they said. That's not what I said. Again, it's your mindset. It's your belief system. of who you are and where you want to be. I decided that I was not going to live in a world of mediocrity. I stand before you today. I am not a victim. I am a victor. I got a scholarship to college. You get to college. When we get you to college, it's going to change your life. You can always come back here, but you're going to meet people who are different. You're going to meet people who look different. You're going to see different thoughts and ideas. You don't know who the person who's going to help make you a multimillionaire is. They're out there, and they're going to fall in love with you, and you're going to work hard, and you're going to change your life, and you're going to come back here and do... Oh, it's my son. He must have heard about the taser. Sorry. But you're good. He's 6'9", keep that in mind. So everything's going to change for you. You might not see it today because I didn't see it. But I go to college, I go to Old Dominion, get a scholarship. We win back-to-back national championships. I'm two-time player of the year in college basketball. I was laser focused on trying to be the greatest of all times. And you know who said that? The real GOAT. Everybody who does something good for 1 year goes, I'm the GOAT. No, you're not. You're a farm animal. Okay? Was that rude? Robbie, it being that we're in the country? Okay. But right, like everybody does something once and they think they're like enormous. I'm like, do this over a lifetime. Do this long term, have long-term sustainability and growth. And now we'll talk about GOATness. Well, I get asked to go back to New York right before my senior year to do an appearance at the New York Stock Exchange. They were doing a fundraiser for the Olympic team. And we're going up the escalator. I'm kind of fake feeling good about myself. And I asked the guy, I'm with my mom and my best friend Barbara, like, yo, it's a New York thing, yo. And I go, yo, who's the other athlete with me? And he goes, yeah, we're going in the green room. I go, so, yo, like, who's the other athlete? And he goes, we're going in there right now. He goes, it's you and Muhammad Ali. So I'm 20, and I'm like walking into the room with the man that changed my life. You know, the door opens, it was that Oprah moment. There was like that glow over him. I can't breathe. I cannot breathe because I'm like, and my mother runs right over to him and puts her arm around his neck and goes, Mr. Muhammad, my name is Rini Lieberman from Queens, and my daughter is the greatest of all times. And he goes, look, lady, there's only one greatest of all times, and it's me. And she goes, no, Mr. Muhammad, I know you're good, but my daughter, parents are amazing, right? Grandparents, my daughter is the most beautiful woman in the world. My granddaughter she could run for mayor. She's only 16. You've been mad, right? So he brings me over. This is going to happen to you. He brings me over. And he goes, your mom says you're good. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm good, Mr. Muhammad. I can't even look at the man. I'm like, and I lift my hand and I go, I'm the greatest of all times. And he goes, there's two of us? And I go, yeah. And this man was so amazing. He could see through my hurt. He could see that I was broken. And he asked us to go back to the Plaza Hotel that day. And we are in his suite for like 5 hours. He's teaching me about racism. He's teaching me about philanthropy. He's teaching me about be the giver, not the taker, how to be an everyday champion, what hurts the black community. And I'm like, my friends are hurt? Like, a lot of my friends are black, and I'm like, I didn't know my friends felt bad or were hurt. I felt terrible, because I thought we were all happy, we were kids. He poured and poured and poured, and then the most important thing that he said to me, which changed our life and changed our relationship, he goes, first of all, he's the most famous Muslim in the world, right? Fair? The man looked at me and he goes, Nancy, God made you special. And I went, you know God too? You know everybody. That is amazing. Like, what is he like? Does he know Moses? Like, what's going on? And how did you meet him? So he never let me go after that comment. I had him for 37 years to the day we buried him. I am a reflection of what this man taught me. And for everybody here in this area today, one of the coolest things, he knew that I didn't love me. And if I can say something to our kids, we have got to teach young people to love each other. So I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is inside of me. I did not love me. He taught me to love me. We must teach our kids to love themselves. It's a tricky little thing in this day and age, especially with mental health and just so much going on. And that's why the Boys and Girls Clubs of America here in Southern Pines is so important, to just our awareness of what these young people need. That's why these courts and the partnership with Lorraine and Jane and her team and Steve and everybody, you're the hero of the story. I'm not the hero of the story. I'm just your teammate, okay? I'm your teammate. And we have an obligation to be there for the future. All of us who are allegedly adults, I'm looking, I'm not pointing, but it's our obligation to be able to change their lives and to change the projection of their lives. So that's why today is about teamwork. It's about working together. It's about being the giver, like I said before, not the taker. All right, be well. Thank you. God bless you.